By the way, Coach Rosie tells us that he actually went to Nigel McGuinness's magic show.
Right.
And I don't know how successful that was because I have it on good authority that what Nigel's dream trick is to make Bryan Danielson disappear.
We did, of course, we did last week, Nigel and Brian's matches, and I talked to both of them extensively about those matches.
What'd they say?
And well, Nigel, of course, just loves the adulation, right? Just, oh yeah, thank you so much. And and Brian tells me, and Brian's right, I think, that he feels that Nigel, had it not been for his health problems,
Yeah,
his injury problems, would have been a major star.
I agree.
Yeah. And again, I was unfamiliar with the past. And again, if you've not watched, um, and I guess it's on ROH Honor Club. If you've not watched any Brian Danielson, Nigel McGuinness matches, it's you love pro wrestling. It behooves you to watch that stuff. So anyway, so I said something to Nigel. I said, probably should get you on the podcast. He says, if you show up to one of my magic shows, then I'll do your podcast. So there you go. And Coach Rosie went to it. He said it was great. Um, and he's done some card tricks to me before, right? Like guess the card type thing.
Oh yeah.
They're spectacular. Just it's like, what the fuck? How did you do that type? Right. So, and I guess he can hypnotize people. So,
We should
so Nigel
mention that.
McGuinness, hey man, I love working with him. I hope people like us working together because I certainly do love working with him. Great heel announcer.
We just saw Vince McMahon wrestle the Undertaker, and of course,
Wow.
at one point, he's going to swat. He being Undertaker, pronouns pal, Mike Chioda, who's going to take quite a bump. So Vince is going to get the win. Technically, Vince beat the Undertaker on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Of course, there's his stooges,
Hmm.
Mr. Jerry Briscoe and Pat Patterson, Michael Cole in the back now, getting a word from Stone Cold. I should mention that, boy, there's so much going on here. I think that this show actually happened the day of the Owen Hart funeral. And
Yeah.
as the story goes, they sent a big bouquet of flowers, and it was a big heart with Owen Hart on it, had the WWF on the side. I guess his wife Martha was so disgusted with the WWF logo that she had them get rid of it.
Mm.
And she said that the idea that they showed any footage from any of this, quote, I feel exploited and violated by it. I was completely repulsed by it.
Mm.
I said it because I dislike their show, and airing the footage is self serving. Not only did they disrespect me, they didn't care. The WWF should be totally denounced for what they did. Owen was not a tacky, sleazy wrestler, and I don't want the footage aired on a WWF show. And of course, you know,
Mm.
this is going to
Yep.
be the beginning of a really ugly lawsuit. And I understand. And I'm glad that after she's really been separated from the pro wrestling business as long as she has, we got a really cool announcement about the Owen,
Hmm.
and that now the winners on both the men's side and the women's side, they're going to get title shots at Wembley Stadium. That's big news, man. The Owen.
I think that's big news, and yeah, let me suck up to the boss here. I think that's great booking, to be honest with you. It makes the Owen mean more, and it adds a little intrigue to what's going to happen at Wembley. So I like all of it, and not only that, I love going to Calgary. Gosh, Calgary is such a great city.
Yeah.
Holy smokes! You haven't been to Calgary, and we go. Of course, we go at a great time, right during the Stampede. But if you haven't been to Calgary, you don't know what you're missing. Just great stuff, and so we look forward to it. Martha has been so great, and let's hear it for Tony. I think honoring Owen the right way, and so there you go. Coach Rosie says, if it wasn't for you, me, Tony, I don't think Nigel would have brought me on stage. Wow. Pretty
I,
cool.
I was hoping he could have made Coach Rosie disappear.
I was thinking the same
Didn't
thing.
happen.
I was thinking the same. Well, here's Cactus Jack, Mankind, or
That,
whomever.
that'll put some butts in the seats.
But
Hey, this is the same week, by the way back when, where the real life Rena Mero, now Brock Lesnar's wife, the former wife of Mark Mero, we knew her as Sable here in the WWF, filed a lawsuit against the parent organization of the World Wrestling Federation, Titan Sports. She's suing for $140 million.
what did they set? Did they settle on anything that was made public?
They did settle. She would come back.
Uh huh.
It'd be like, I think, '04,
Right.
maybe '03. Yeah, it was like 4 years before she was back. Do you remember her showing up at Nitro?
As
She was in the crowd, if you recall.
Yeah, you mean just as Mark Merrill's wife, not as
No,
Sable or as Sable,
well, you couldn't call her Sable. They own that name.
right?
But I think you guys showed her like sitting in the crowd a couple weeks after this, maybe
Okay,
June 14th, 1999.
I don't remember that. I remember her being around before she became the star.
Right.
Before she was just when she was Johnny B. Bad's wife, and I remember thinking when I saw her later in the later years that because she was backstage with Johnny and she didn't really she was I guess shy and didn't talk much and really was just kind of standoffish.
Hmm.
And I remember thinking, wow, her personality really came out through all of this. I guess it was always there, but really came out. So now they're showing a clip from Warzone. Now this is the same night that Owen died, right? Warzone? Was it?
So you've got two shows. So
Okay.
the whole thing is called Monday Night Raw, but you've got Raw is
Raw's
War
War.
and then
Yes.
Warzone. So we
Got
wanted to have two shows in the
right.
top 20 or whatever. So we're going to
Yeah.
pretend like they're separate shows, but we all know it's
Right. I got it now. So now they're doing a boss man uh angle with Mick Foley. And what can we say about Mick Foley at this time? Winning the world title?
Oh yeah, that was at the very beginning of the
Okay.
so that would have happened in late December and it aired the day of the finger poke of doom.
Yeah.
So January of '99.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
January 4th.
that's where the big comment was, right?
That's the big comment. Yes, sir.
Mhm.
So 600,000 people changed the channel, never came back.
Mhm.
And WWE just continues to pull further and further away. I mean, they're hitting a 6.8 main event tonight.
Wow.